Obviously, they're a high-quality team, and they're prelim finalists from last year. So, they're a pretty strong over the ball team. They're really good with their contested stuff, and also, their forward line's pretty powerful. So, it's been added again by bringing in Jared Waite. So, we expect a pretty contested, high-paced game.
There were a few injury concerns, though.
They do? Yeah. Oh, I'm not aware of what their injuries are, but they bat pretty deep, the Kangaroos, and they've been a good team for a little while now. So they'll be looking forward to replicating their year from last year.
You had a look at them not too long ago, but can you really take anything out of that, or what can you take out of it when it was in that challenge? Yeah,
I think it is hard to take anything away, just because they obviously tried a few different players and had a look at a few different setups. So. I guess you can take a little bit, and they were still once again pretty strong over the ball, and but you can't read too much into it.
There's always such expectation coming into round one, but just how important is it to get off to a winning start?
Yeah, there is, as always. In round one, it's a big game, and it's one we look forward to back at Adelaide Oval. But in the make-up of the year, it's one game, so we're just going to make sure we're focused on having a good start. Not for the season, but just for the game, and making sure we put in a good team performance first up.
Is it particularly important when you've been working on all these new things, just to, I guess, get indication that you're on the right path?
I guess every week's going to be important, and that's what we've focused on through the NAB Cup, is just making sure we're trying to implement what Walshy's trying to bring in, with a team first attitude, and that's what we'll try and do again on Sunday.
Are there any more nerves than usual, given that you've got these sort of new game plan and stuff to try out?
I guess probably, you're always nervous, but they're probably a different kind of nerves. There's always a bit of unknown now. We come in with a new coach, a new captain, new CEO, so it's going to be exciting for the club on Sunday. So I guess it's probably a bit different rather than as in the past.
So you feel a drastic change, the tactics from last year to what Walshy's trying to do now?
I won't go into too much about last year, but you'll see a team first approach from us this year, and we'll all be bonding together to hopefully be a really good team.
Do you feel like you owe North one for knocking you out in the finals last year? Is there any of that left over?
Nah, I don't think so. I think in the past we've had pretty good battles with North Melbourne, and probably are establishing a little bit of a rivalry sort of thing, and that we have had a few close games with them, so it is exciting. But won't look into anything in the past.
Have you had a look at how Goldstein's sort of travelling over the pre-season?
I do keep an eye on a few of the ruckmen. He's certainly one of them. So I see we're pretty similar in the way we both go about it. So it is going to be really important for me to hopefully give our midfielders first use, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's a great challenge always coming up against him, so it'll be pretty exciting.
How are you feeling physically heading into the season? You obviously had the little knee a bit earlier.
Yeah, no, I feel like I've built really well leading into the year. That was early January when I had the injury, and I probably missed a couple of weeks of running. But I've been able to have a really good base, and especially the last month, I've really been able to put some good minutes on the track, and also playing as well. So I feel really comfortable where I'm at, and didn't miss a session pre-Christmas either. So I feel like I've had a pretty good base coming into it, and I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot at the moment.
Have you spoken about expectations for the year as a group or personally?
Not really. We haven't done any goal seeing or anything like that. But I guess with the way that Walshy coaches sort of thing, it's just most of it's just going to be focused around this week and just putting in a first in good up team performance.
You'd obviously be pretty confident of your spot in the side for the weekend, I think. But do you remember your early days, even at Carlton, the sort of emotions that you'd experience when you're not sure if you'll get that game?
Yeah, I do. I do remember, because I feel it probably makes you up as a player at times. At Carlton there was 4 of us, so probably going for 1, maybe 2 spots. So it's always exciting. I think that's another thing that comes in with a new coach. You sort of start with a blank canvas, and that's what Walshy's really challenged the boys with this year, and that's there's no favouritism, so you've got to really earn your spot. And so it'll be interesting to sort of see what the makeup of the team is. As you've probably seen, that we've used a lot of players this pre-season.
Can you sense that from a few of the guys, maybe even the ones that are in line for a debut?
Yeah, I guess there would be a few guys that are pretty anxious, and I guess that's probably been the strength of our training as well, is because you've got so many blokes vying for spots that every session's another chance to impress Walshy and the coaches. So you'll have to see what happens later in the week.
How's Tomo looking with his hand?
Yeah, he'll be available. So I think it'll be up to Walshy and the coaches whether they we're comfortable with the work he's done or whatnot. So he's him also seeing Kerridge moving pretty well. So which is exciting for us, and Tomo's obviously a pretty important player to us. So yeah.
Sorry. So you guys had a bit of a break in over the weekend, like a couple of days off.
Yeah.
Were they training last week?
I think as far as I know, I think they were. But yeah, we had 3 days off, so I wasn't around the club, and I'm not too sure. But I guess you probably think they were. Yeah.
You reckon he could slot back in, not having any pre-season games?
He's played 16 years or whatever I think is Tomo, so I think he's got enough pre-seasons under his belt. But he's obviously a real professional, and always, as you can see, he always looks after his body. So if he's coming, I've got no doubt he can come in and play his role.
Do you think, it's just, you just said he's played 16 seasons, he was in true form last year until he sort of started picking up a few injuries as well. Is he showing his age, or do you think he's still got some time left?
I think he's got plenty of time left. I always have a joke with him, he's got to go forward yet. So I think he's got plenty of time left, and he's, like I said, he's been, he did have a bit of trouble last year, but other than that, I don't think he's missed too many games. So he's definitely in a good spot, and hopefully he can get back for us and get back to probably the footy that he did play at times last year as well.
And just with Taylor Walker, obviously it'll be his first sort of game for premiership points as skipper. Is it seem completely normal now that he's the captain, like he's sort of settled into everything?
I guess probably not just yet, just until we play a couple of games and he takes that first initial speech and all that sort of stuff. But we got a great senior leadership group, and he's obviously a big part of that, and along with the other leaders, I'm sure they'll put up a good performance first up, and it is exciting playing to Tex, and once again it's another change, so we look forward to it.
You talked before about kind of potent forward line. Is that, when you look at the game, the area of most concern?
Sorry, that was North's forward line? Yeah. Probably not really. I think it's, they've obviously got some good players, all across the board. So Brent Harvey's obviously another one you've got to, as always, you've got to make sure you can shut him down. And I think their midfield's really strong now with Cunnington, Zeeble, Swallows back to his best. And they've got Scott Thompson leading their defence. So it's probably just an area that, you put a bit more focus in, because they are, really good contested marks. But as always, we've got to defend well as a team.